Hey, look, a logo.
It's a logo! We have one!
Look at that, guys. So, jumping into this next game, let's do some player introductions. In the red, spawning in the upper left-hand position from Team Quantic, we have... I think you peeked at our compressor, man.
Sorry if I broke your speakers, guys.
And in the pink, from Team NMX, we have Noxn. So both players. This actually is another map where Zerg can take a fast 3-hatch. However, the reason that Zergs kind of have been opting to not like this map as much is because Protoss can actually take a very early or very easy and early third base on this map and defend it pretty easily. They just have to control space at the top of this ramp, which with destructible rocks there, a couple cannons, Zerg's going to have a hard time busting through that. And then they just need to control this area. And if you notice, there's a split here. This makes this great for force fields. So it's actually not that hard for Protoss to rush out 3 bases, and 3 base Protoss is very scary. So we'll have to see how Noxn will deal with this. Looks like Oz doing the scout. See what's up.
So fun. Oh, the probe stole minerals.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
That is a
That's
big
not
deal.
cool, man.
There's 5 minerals less at this expansion now. So that means that if this gets to like a total mine out situation, I might win the game because of it.
5 extra minerals.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen before.
Yeah. It can happen. Pool goes down first at the normal time, 14 for Noxn. Gonna take the hatch at 15, or 16 rather, also the normal time. And this probe might try and build a pylon back here to scare people.
Ooh, nice overload movement though. Gonna able to keep vision on that probe as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean that's such a depressing way to lose when you lose that way. It's just like, really, I just lost because a probe built a pylon in this gray spot and then a cannon.
Noxn looking strong with the macro last game though.
Yeah, very strong.
And let's see if Ah can get himself out of the supply block funk.
Yeah, I mean that was, like I said, that was very strange.
I think that was totally it the last game.
Yeah, he supply blocked himself like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Through that mid game where it's so important. And look at this, going for the hatch on 22. So again, a very, very solid play. And just snuck this probe out. He's gonna come back in, see what's up. Might try and drop a cannon if he can. Probably will not be able to.
Expansion hatchery pops there just as the probe comes by. Queen comes out, starts to engage here, and it looks like, ooh, even a couple of drones there engaging for a second. Not enough to take down this probe quite yet, and there it goes. And I don't think any meaningful tech. Yeah, not even the third hatch got
He has to assume that the third is there because there was no gas in the main. And that's kind of that's another one of those tells. Like if there's gas in the main at that scout timing, means that the Zerg does not have a third hatch. So, or it, does not have a third hatch up yet. So, or they're taking gas to fool you, which we haven't actually seen a lot of players starting to do that stuff yet. But it's coming. Pretty soon it'll be like, I know that your Overlord has to be here if you're doing this build, and then it's not because the player was metagaming. That's always fun. But dropping the pylon here can warp things in on the low ground. Might we see play based on that? We'll have to see.
Very similar build here coming out though from Awe.
Yeah, warp gate being chrono boosted, sentries on the way out.
With the supplies a little closer at this point too, I think he's done a better job with the supply blockage.
Yeah, so far at least. He will need to start another pylon shortly. Because Protoss units take 2 food, Rance.
They do, man.
Except
you
for
need a lot of pylons if you're a Protoss.
Except for, yeah, you certainly do.
A lot more than you need if you're a Zerg.
Yeah, you actually need 0 pylons if you're Zerg.
Yeah, and you know any number of pylons is greater than 0.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
I did. Well, unless you neural parasite a probe and then build a pylon, then...
Do you get supply for that?
I think you do. I think you get supply for the pylon.
That's pretty badass.
Like in Brood War, it actually opened up a whole nother 200 supply if you used a Dark Archon to do that.
Awesome.
But in StarCraft 2, I don't think you get another 200 supply. I think you just have to like use Protoss units in your own 200 supply cap. So, but you do have to build a pylon to build Protoss buildings, like gateways. So that is something to note. Well, look at this brave Zergling. It's actually going to sneak in and see
Dude,
the
that's
core.
like Rambo Zergling.
Yeah, he just like ran in, getting
Wow.
shot at, and didn't even care. And we have a couple sentries moving out onto the map. Some Zealots being warped
where'd
in
that
on the low
Zealot
ground.
There's one.
He actually
got toasted. Down there.
got toasted. He was poking around. Oh no, I'm sorry. He didn't get toasted. He ran away.
Oh yay!
The lone
Good. I
Zealot.
hate to see a single Zealot die ever.
Yeah. +1 is about to finish for that Zealot, and actually, has gone for the Immortals faster this game. And I think that that's the proper thing to do.
Yeah,
Now,
maybe it's faster timing here. That's a lot of Zealots coming across here. Looks like the same timing, just a little early, huh?
yeah, a little bit earlier. Another extra
Same
chrono
idea,
boost
though.
spent on that warp gate, looks like. And this is actually a really good position for Autobian with all those Zealots in front. There is already a spine up here, though, and I don't like this. That was great pullback by Noxn.
There's 10 roaches about to pop here too, Gwin. And
Yeah, I mean,
when that
this
happens,
the timing here is just, you know, you need to find another way to put. Ooh, that was clever. You need to find another way to put on pressure though, because Zealot Sentry is just not that good against Roach, especially when you only have 2 sentries.
Oh, he wanted to force field the ramp. That was a little late there. This could be enough Zealots to deal with the roaches though, and if they do, then the game is kind of on here again for a second.
He still needs to force field this ramp again, and he
Doesn't have enough energy.
doesn't have enough energy
energy.
to do 2 force fields again.
Yeah. So this little push here is going to be 12 here in a second.
I mean, he's done a fair amount of damage. He's forced a lot of units, but I think at this point, I mean, if we just look at the unit count, 59 drones, like, she really wasn't planning on making that many more drones. So this is not as big of an issue as it would be. Great pylon placement, though, with this pylon out of off. That'll make... And, yeah, he's actually just going all in. This is 7 gate plus a robo. So we're in all-in town here. And if we look at the production tab... layer finally on the way. It's a proper response. Going for the 4th hatch, also a good response. And this force is pulling out, but that's actually not very many units.
Well, hopefully we warp in a round or 2 of Zealots to go with here, and those Immortals will be pretty good.
Yeah, I think Stalkers are the good choice here. Noxn actually getting a little bit bold, trying to expand to the gold as well.
There's your warp in, and
Was Stalker.
was there. Drop the rocks here on the backside of the 3rd hatch location.
I mean, and that's enough sentries for a fair amount of warp ins, but I don't think as many as are going to be needed as this stream. Wow, that's a lot of Zerglings. Zerglings come in.
Gonna have to keep those force fields up here, and it looks like the Zerglings are actually gonna run around. Very nice. But more Stalkers and Zealots on their way in here, and that might be a force that's too large for these Zerglings.
Oh, but look at that. He just like split all his units, and Zergling's got a great surround. Killing off a sentry and a Stalker.
Not enough though, friend. And this is a big force here at Noxn's base.
13 more roaches on the way. Noxn, I don't know. I think she's going to lose the 3rd base.
Yeah.
It's a lot of spines.
Yeah, and those Mortals now focusing down the roaches. Roaches not going to be able to have enough numbers yet. And focusing down the right things at the right time here. And a lot of sentries joining the party. And as soon as all of the damage dealing structures are down, it's time to focus the hatchery. And that's all she wrote for the 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, taking the 3rd base of his own, like he cut production out of a couple of his gateways for like half a cycle. You can afford it if you do that. Noxn should really cancel these eggs, or should not even stay alive. But did bait a couple additional force fields, so that's kind of a big deal. Another big warp in happening. It's going to be Zealot Stalker. And I think that Noxn probably is going to lose this game. Droned a little bit too hard and didn't really have the best read on the fact that we were going to have this huge 7 gate plus robo.
There we go, and the middle base has been spotted. So Protoss will be able to take that one down too, leaving Noxn with only 2 mining locations.
Big engagement happening though. Wow,
wow,
look at the huge move in.
Yeah, that was
no
a
force
ridiculous
fields
round.
going down. losing a lot of units, and Noxn putting out some hurt. But yeah, I mean, these Immortals are doing so much damage to these Roaches. They have the +1 attack. And yeah, this hatchery is definitely going to fall.
Yeah.
But look at that, Sentry getting taken down.
They can start sniping Immortals here, and there we go.
Target fired.
Yeah. I don't think it's quite enough, though, brother. I think you're right.
Well, I mean,
if those Immortals go down, though.
Oh, absolutely. And Ling Roach will overrun gateway units. These Immortals right there.
Yeah, there we go. Microing back that last Immortal there should be enough, and I can't believe that hatch is still up, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
how is that even possible?
94 health. It's gonna die now, for sure.
And that's enough for the Protoss. If I was Protoss, I'd just leave right now. Get another base.
Protoss has got their 3rd base up.
There we go.
So I think Osh should probably throw down a couple more gates. He's got Blink, or maybe a robotics support bay. I think those are the good choices. Get some Colossus out. Looks like he's just staying with the Immortal Tech for now. Ling's running in. Can they snipe anything? He's going to see, or she's going to see rather, that the 3rd base is up, and GG's.
Smart play right there. Submission after spotting the 3rd base.
Yeah, you know, I think if it had still been 2 base all in, then Noxn could have had a chance to come back into that, but no. Sees the